Hey guys, Jim Halterman from TV Guide Magazine. I'm here with Ron Howard to talk about We Feed People.
To my surprise, I thought, man, I'm making the best beans in the world. After all, I'm José Andrés. I had a TV show in Spain. I have restaurants in America. But I listened to those women with the help of a kind of a big mortar and pestle. And at the end, we had this puree of beans that was velvety and silky the way they like it.
I kind of knew about the kitchen, but I didn't know exactly what was going on. So I'm guessing there was a point where you didn't know much about it and then fell into what Jose was doing. Can you just talk about the origins of wanting to really capture what they're doing?
Yeah, I saw Jose give a talk at a conference. He was inspiring, he was charismatic. But what struck me was, the way he used what he had learned being a chef and being a restaurateur, and this kind of entrepreneurial spirit and problem-solving kind of approach under pressure in these activations. And he was still, this was years ago. So, I mean, this was 5-6 years ago. So it was just early days of World Central Kitchen really finding its footing and becoming an NGO. And, it knocked me out, and I really liked him, and we talked a bit, and he loves all kinds of stories and movies, and he's just a very creative guy. And I began following him, and I began to see that this organization that had sort of started with him in Haiti with good intentions and a credit card had grown into this organization that could, was in a number of activations all at once. Then I made a documentary about the fire in Paradise, California.
Yeah.
He was up there. I wasn't there at shooting at that time because our cameras came in a little bit later, but we had this archival footage of him there serving food. And it just all started to make sense to me that we should understand this journey, this birth of this, amazing NGO, World Central Kitchen.
Yeah, I was watching this thinking, we see heroes all the time in movies, superheroes, and he's a kind of an everyday hero in a way.
He's remarkable. He's inspiring, and yet, he's a guy who's applying what he knows. He's not formally very well educated. He's smart, clearly. But man, he gets things done, and he applies that energy. He's decided to apply that energy to this simple idea of using what he knows, which is, how to produce meals under all kinds of circumstances. And he's devoted himself to, teaching others how you can activate very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly. And spare as many people as possible from that aching feeling of having lost everything, and on top of it all being, hungry, starving. Plus, you can't even think and function properly.
Yeah.
Without the nourishment. So he does so much good. It's really, it's awesome.
Yeah. What do you think the film and the story says about community? Because I know that's a big part of what he does and making this all work.
Because you see so many, individuals from within each community actively participating, I think it says a hell of a lot. It demonstrates, what people can do, the way they can rally, and the way they will rally if given the opportunity. And so it really is a story of volunteerism. It sort of starts with Jose, sure, and we follow him and we get to know his family and, the price of his activism and volunteerism, and the anxieties that they sometimes feel around what he's doing and the risks he's taking. And his leadership, sure, but it also demonstrates what people can do, minutes, hours, a day or two after disaster strikes, when they look around and they see there is somebody leading an effort, and and opening themselves to others to help, creating a situation which is all about stirring up the community's volunteerism and effort. And so World Central Kitchen is never about coming in and just doing it for people. Yeah. It's always about let us help you help yourselves. And there's so much dignity in that and power.
Click the subscribe button underneath this video and watch We Feed People starting May 27th on Disney+.